to school, good morning. It's time to start this terrific Tuesday.
I love working with kids. I love having a hand in not just quote unquote educating the future, but just shaping young people to be who they could be in life.
All right, folks, come on in. The do now is up front. The do now is the think and do now. Come on in and read and think if you want.
Children I work with, I let them know. I grew up in one of the poorest projects in South Philly. And the only reason why I'm at this point, I think, is because I was able to get an education.
It's important to understand why people are thinking a certain way instead of just assuming that you know.
I think my love of education helps guide me in a lot of the things I do, because one of the things I pride myself on as an educator is taking what I know and try to help someone get that connection. I think as an educator, it's my responsibility to help educate anybody. So as a cancer survivor, it's my responsibility to help others. My diagnosis came originally as a diabetes diagnosis. I was having all kinds of issues. My wife made me go to the doctor, and I was diagnosed with diabetes. And in the follow-up with that, my doctor noticed my PSAs were high, so he wanted me to go and get the full prostate exam. And I thought it was just a waste of time. I thought everything was fine, but August of 2020, the doctor said, "James, I'm sorry, you have prostate cancer." The first thing went through my mind was death. You know, I lost my dad to lung cancer. Fortunately, faith kicked in. The biggest thing the doctor told me is we're catching it early. Learning more about the disease, I knew there were great chances that I would get past this, no problem.
I can't honestly remember a time when I wasn't interested in science. My interest in science then turned into a love of cancer biology during my PhD training. I became highly specialized in an interest of making a difference in prostate cancer and turning my own scientific expertise toward making a difference for this cancer that's the second leading cause of cancer death for men in the United States. I was so happy doing what I did in oncology, but when the American Cancer Society came calling, I had to answer, not just because of their ability to support breakthrough cancer research, but because of the efforts to get those breakthroughs to people through advocacy and direct patient support to improve cancer prevention and screening processes across the U.S. Cancer screening and early detection saves lives, but only about 1/3 of eligible men in the United States are screened for prostate cancer. We know that men with early stage disease have an almost 100% cure rate, yet so few men are screened early enough. So we've got to get more men into screening. But we're also deeply concerned about prostate cancer because it is the greatest disparity in all of oncology. Black men have a 70% increased incidence of prostate cancer in the US, despite similar screening rates to their white counterparts, and are twofold more likely to die of their disease than any other demographic. We find that unacceptable, and we are devoting efforts to try to both understand and mitigate.
I am extremely lucky to have a doctor who is on top of things. I'm extremely lucky to have a wife who pushes me into making sure I take care of myself. And you know, that's part of my goal now, is to be that person for other people. Just starting a conversation.
For those of you who know my story, my cancer was caught early on routine checkups with my doctor for my diabetes. Unfortunately, not all our friends and family have those routine doctor visits.
I think in my community, it's not necessarily always a fear of the screenings, it's lack of knowledge of necessary screenings. So I just try to push that message.
So everybody's gonna get one of these little deputized cards, take it to somebody and get them screened. Now back to the bingo.
To raise awareness these days, I do the little fundraisers. I try to speak to groups. It's not just about raising money, it's about raising awareness. I want people to pledge to get screened, and I want people to spread the word. This side of the dirt is the best side of the dirt. I know I've been through something that some others have not survived, and I take it as a blessing, and I continue to just want to help other people also get to this point.